Welcome to Midwest Paranormal Presents Paranormal Soup with your host, Jason Bland. That's me. All right, we're going to talk about paranormal theories and review some great EVP and ghost box evidence our group's captured. And then I have David on. He's going to have some of his good evidence he's gotten recently. All right, we'll be joining in just a sec. All right, we're going to discuss paranormal theory tonight. We're going to talk about spirit box evidence, how it's recorded, EVPs, how they're recorded, all forms of ITC. I would like to get into a whole theory box about it. Get rid of my music there. All right, let me get all my guests unmuted here. All right, there we go. All right, everybody say hi.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
Are you there, Judy? Judy's got a new computer, so she's trying to figure it out. It might not be there yet. She's trying. We'll get Judy on. All right, so tonight I got my guests on are all investigators in the paranormal field. Two of them, Goot, or Tom Logwood, we call him Goot, and Judy Friedel, who dropped out. We'll get her back in. She's trying out to figure out her new computer. And then we got David here. I'm sorry, David Fernandez. Is that how you say last name?
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
David Fernandez from California. You said what part of California?
Monterey.
I would love to be out in that beautiful weather right now. Here it's hot and humid. It's hot and humid here right now, but you know we got winter. As they say in Game of Thrones, winter is coming.
The humidity here is 72.
Yeah, it's pretty humid. It's the only thing I fear right now, it looks like it might storm, so I don't know what that'll do to the show or what'll happen. So if we go off air, we go off air, but hopefully not. So, all right, first off, we're going to do our World Wide Web of Weird segment. So let me get my screen share back going here. Got a few things to cover, especially since I've been gone for 2 weeks. We didn't do the show last week. And it's an early show tonight. Usually it's 10 p.m. to midnight. But I decided I wanted to try to get Goot on. So I'm doing it 2 hours early because Goot's got to get up early in the morning. So I really wanted to get him on the show. So you might hear my kid in the background or my dogs and stuff that you don't usually hear on my show as much because he's usually in bed or a lot more quieter. All right. I got so many videos for World Wide Web of Weird, but I'm going to try to keep it short just because I've been gone so long. I've been collecting so many videos. And I remember to turn the audio on for it too. All right, let's start off with where is that first video? Okay, this one's been floating around. It was in July. UFO fleet sighted in space. Let me see. Check this mix.
Hey guys, I'm Rick from Look Now TV. Take a look at this UFO video. Check it out. Hey YouTube, I was browsing through astronaut Scott Kelly's, and here's what I found. Look at the link below. You can go down there and check it out yourself. He has some amazing photos from space. They're epic. This is very interesting. I noticed this, and I had a video in the past where there was something floating in space. It looked like a cloud, but this doesn't have a head on it. What do you think about that? It's definitely unidentified. I don't think it's a cloud. As you can see, it's floating out there in space. It's seemingly above the clouds.
Now, this I want to point out. Recently, scientists have come up with they've discovered that there's these plasma formations in the atmosphere they recently discovered, and I think a lot of what now they're seeing on NASA feeds, some, not all, trust me, I got some I've showed on this show that I definitely don't think are plasma in the atmosphere, but this to me looks like this could be some kind of plasma formation in the atmosphere that they recently discovered. So I wanted to show that because I saw that going around Facebook and that people talk about another NASA sighting. Well, this could be an actual explanation scientists have come up with of this plasma phenomenon in the atmosphere. Then there's another one. Let me find. I got another one for the UFO front here. Let me find it. Where was it? This one was, I want to say Japan. I hate it when I can't find my stuff. Let me see. I think. Let me try this one. I think maybe it's this one. After the ad.
The only thing constant about the real estate market is change, which means it's changing.
Oh, Cambodia. No, this is a different one. This was another recent one. There's so many UFO stuff that comes out. When I've gone for 2 weeks, I got like a billion UFO videos that seem to come out. Again, very, it could be just reflection of light in the clouds. That's just, I don't know, it's weird. It's like a ring around them.
Yeah, I'm trying to grab. I don't know if he's looking at multiple objects there or what.
Oh, this was a whole series of videos I remember now. This is from Afghanistan. I'm going to stop that. Totally fake stuff. Where is it? There was a good one. All right, I'm going to skip past that when I get moving on. All right. See, it takes away some of my videos. That is a bunch of crap. Let me go back to my, see if it goes back to my feed. Huh. See, it's just pulling up the wrong video library, that's why. Come on, YouTube, don't be a pain now.
No, the interesting thing about that first video you showed too was that Story Musgrave often tells a story about when he was in space. He saw what he thought was a snake that was following the ship, and it was written off by NASA as a hose or some sort of object that was dispensed with. But that's what it makes me think of was that some sort of validation.
Yeah, I love the NASA stuff. I don't want to play it all. I'm gonna go to my.
They can't have everything.
All right, let me see. Oh, here we go. Osaka, Japan. This is what I was looking for. And then I'm done with you. This was the one I was looking for.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, it's very recent.
Mm-hmm. Looks like it's done with a regular camera, no infrared or nothing.
Yeah. But I don't think it's a phone camera.
No. It wouldn't be as clear and steady.
Right.
But yeah, they look like it's going in some sort of formation.
And I don't think that could be birds.
No, they wouldn't.
They're hovering too much.
Yeah, and they wouldn't glow like that. And you could see from the smokestacks how far away they are. You couldn't even see them if they were birds.
Right.
Yeah, the scale with the smokestack, they are rather large objects, but they are.
Yeah, that's good that they kept those in for scale. That's very important. That's what we have everybody do.
See, that one goes behind the smokestack. It just went behind it. It comes out.
Hard to tell if they're floating, though. It does look like they're adrift rather than under intelligent control, though.
Right. Could balloons, possibly. It could be balloons.
Yeah, that's
But Jay.
Go ahead.
But that if you think of how far they are ahead of us in technology, how do we know they don't do that on purpose to make us not notice them and think it's something fake? Right?
Aliens could be assholes, and yes.
Yeah. I mean, just like spirits can do the same, right? They can throw us off track and make it look like something else. I mean, that would be the smartest thing to do if they want to get noticed.
All right, on the ghost front, this is a very one that was going around social media just recently. Let me put this video up.
Chilling images have surfaced that apparently show a ghost and her baby standing in a new housing estate watching a group of friends. The spine-tingling photographs were posted on Facebook by Natasha Oliver, a mom of one from Wem, a historic market town in Shropshire. They were taken 5 years ago, and she said she and her friends are still creeped out by it. Natasha, 22, said the group had gone to a field after a World Cup game to hang out and were taking photos of themselves on a digital camera. But when looking back over the photos, someone spotted a strange apparition in one of the open windows of a new housing block behind them that was being built. They were being watched. Some of her friends went to investigate, but the building site was completely abandoned. Natasha said, someone realized there was a weird figure in one of the photos and we thought it was kind of freaky. The boys decided to go and climb the scaffolding of the building, but there was nothing there. It couldn't have been building equipment, and it clearly doesn't look like any of us.
I'd like to see other pictures taken of that window.
That was not finished. So
Exactly. Is there an actual window there? Could it be a reflection from the window?
Looks like it's open because it's under construction. I can't tell, though.
Yeah, if the window's halfway open, there could be a reflection from the other side.
Right.
But and I always wonder when they take pictures like this, it seems like they were almost trying to get that window in on purpose. You know what I mean?
Well, I would give them credit. It looks like they're partying, and it just showed up in the background. You know, if anything, it's misidentification. You know, if it's normal. Yeah.
There's so many explanations for paranormal activity. You know, 95% is just natural, but you never know, and we don't have anything to compare it to.
No. All right, one more thing on the ghost front here. This one was popping up recently, and I had to, say there's a lot of evidence of this going around of different pictures from ultrasounds.
Claims she can see the ghost of her mother staring back at her from baby scan. Ruby Camellia lost her mom Sharon to kidney cancer in February. She said she never got the opportunity to tell her she was pregnant with her grandchild. Sharon, just 49 when she died, had battled cancer for 3 years. The family say they always feel her presence with them, and know she's watching over the family, the Liverpool reports. Mum is watching over the family and her unborn child after seeing her face appear a baby scan. Rebecca went for a scan on June 18 and started to worry when nurses were taking a long time to bring back her scan picture. She said, they had me there for a long time and IOULD till they had seen something on the scan. I was convinced it was something wrong with my boy. Not even thinking what was to come, the lady gave me the picture and she said, I think you might like this one, with a smile on her face. She said, I have a little area in my room with pictures of my mom on, and before I went for my scan I was talking to her, saying I wish she was coming with me. This is her 14th grandchild and she has been there for everyone. After looking more closely the scan, Rebecca suddenly saw her mom's face appear at the top of the photo. I couldn't believe it. I am shocked, happy and overwhelmed all at the same time. My mom's face, which I longed to see, was there as...
There's a lot of ultrasound crazy pictures. If you go on, internet and look up ghost ultrasound pictures, you'll find a lot. There's a lot out there. I'm not going to show them all, tonight, but I couldn't. You can't believe how many weird stuff's been showing up in people's ultrasounds.
Yeah, I mean, not to discount it. I mean,
oh no,
pretty easy. Just like is their face on Mars. It's tough, but
maybe there's something to it. I mean, maybe ultrasound in a way can pick up something that other things can't.
Yeah. Like I said, that's the biggest drawback of the paranormal. You have nothing to compare it to say if it's real or not. That's the whole thing.
And tonight's show is about paranormal theory.
I do believe Mom was there. I mean,
yeah.
The spirit follows the living, that they love. So I believe her mom's spirit was there. Whether that's her spirit on on camera. It's hard to say, but I mean, you know, it's nice to believe it.
Well, I think it's possible. I don't want to totally discredit this, and I should have pulled up. There's a ton. I looked it up. I looked up a ton of different ultrasound pictures and some weird, crazy stuff that shows up. And I mean, it could be matrixing, but like I said, it could be a whole other way. The problem is, we're going to talk about it tonight, is that generally scientists, while they're coming up with their unified field theory, are not looking at the other aspects of that other people see. You know, they discount all of that. And maybe they're missing out. You know, maybe they're missing out on some area. Maybe there's a piece of the puzzle missing because they don't accept that there's an afterlife. Most of them, or they don't accept that if there is an afterlife, that it can communicate with us in some way. We're gonna get into more of that though. I got one more thing. We'll do the cryptoid front. This is kind of cryptoid alien. I saw this popped up and thought, what the heck is this?
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, it's been all over Facebook. A discovery took place in Guwahati, Jafar, Rajasthan. I cannot say it. In India.
There you go.
I butcher everything, so. To the surprise, they found a small humanoid figure that's inside caves or whatever.
Definitely got an Audi.
Yeah.
The
Kind
image
of has that resembles a frog a little bit. You saw the Atacama humanoid as well, right? The one Stephen Greer was checking out.
Yes.
That thing is.
It's got a whole documentary on it on Netflix. You can look at it.
I just watched that.
Yeah, it's really good. What's it called? Sirius, or what is it? Something like that. I can't remember.
Serious Disclosure.
Serious Disclosure. Yeah, that's what it is. But Sirius is like in the planet Sirius, I think, right?
Yeah. Sirius.
Yeah, yeah. It was pretty good, interesting. And they said on that, with the Stephen Greer evidence, with his little alien humanoid thing, it was more of a skeleton, is that when they were studying it, that it had such microscopic vascular system, built into the bones, that if it was a fake, that it had, that person, whoever faked it, should get a job in microsurgery.
Exactly, and the thing kind of, in a way, it looks like Beavis.
Yeah, it does.
And they said it, it only had 10 ribs, which is kind of weird, and also that it only was 8 years old, 6 to 8 years old. How could anything survive on this planet with all the animals and everything and live to be that old? You know what I mean?
What the hell is it? That's the question. I want to know what DNA says.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they said it's, I think, 80% human. That's what they found so far.
But there's a big gap there. 20% is a lot. There's not much right between the monkeys.
Yeah, but as they won't say what the other part is because they don't want to.
Yeah. Anybody who goes on and has Netflix, definitely a good watch. Stephen Greer's been in the field for a long time, and it's highly respected.
Larry King, all kinds.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, they had the other body too from Russia, and that one ended up turning up missing. It was actually stolen. Yeah. Supposedly. And
supposedly, that's a thing. Yeah. Because there's the footage of I think I showed that a few episodes back when I did my my alien show. I was going to show that. I don't know if I did, but them doing an autopsy on that thing. It was crazy. But I don't. I mean, where there's a will, there's a way to fake. And that's
in the UFO thing, I'll do my best to get Stan or Lisa Romanek on. That guy could blow you away, man. It's incredible what he's.
Oh, you're talking about the guy. I think you were the one that told me that he's had the video of the alien popping up in his window, right?
That's Stan. Yep.
Yeah, that's an amazing story in itself. And if you get them on, man, I'd be very happy.
The thing is where the alien was standing on the window.
Yeah.
It was about 8 feet down. So. What's it standing on? And before, a lot of people haven't seen the normal video that before the alien comes on, there's a flash of light, and then he sees them, and then the alien leaves, and then there's another flash of light.
I wish I had that video up on one of my lists. I probably do, but it took me forever to find it. But yeah, Get him on.
in the window.
Yeah, I would love to get him on. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've watched that before. When you told me you knew him, I was like, wow, that is really cool. All right, let me stop this here and get us back off the screen share. All right, so yeah, we want to discuss paranormal theory. We can start out a little bit of talk about that. Goot, you've had some really interesting thoughts on the mechanics and with science and quantum physics and the paranormal. Would you care to share any of that tonight?
Yeah. You know, we touched on it just briefly a little while ago about the physics and you know, the quantum mechanics and how things come together. And you know, we're stuck on the Large Hadron Collider in the micro level and also on the macro level with theories. But you know, we never get really into, you know, is that what we're looking for? Is the you know, the EVPs that we catch, you know, they may be out of our audio frequency waves, but they can be picked up by a recorder and put into a decibel level that we can hear. You know, on camera, you know, we've had footage that, you know, didn't show up on film, but we know that the iris of the camera knew something was there and went in and out trying to focus on something that we could never see with our own eyes. You know, the infrared theory or the you know, the ultraviolet theory, and that, you know, that's the reason why dogs and cats can see spirits in some cases and we can't, because they're in a different light spectrum. You know, you kind of wonder, and science wants to discount it as pseudoscience and that sort of thing, but you also kind of wonder, is the same thing they're looking for the same thing we're kind of looking for? The God particle, you know, when you pass away. You know, I know some guys have done studies, you know, if there's any immediate weight loss when a spirit leaves a body, and found out, yes, there is. And we know that energy transfers. It never dies. It just transfers to a different state, just loses the mass of the body, and then therefore gravity is...
You know, there's the famous test done back in the early 1900s, and I can't recall the guy who tested it out who did that, but the Japanese tested it. The Japanese tested it, and they're very scientific, very controlled mechanism, and they still got the same results that he did in the early 1900s, that there's this weight loss they can't explain at death. And what is that? You know, there should be no loss of anything, you know.
Electricity doesn't have a weight.
Right.
My theory, that mass, I mean, that would still, even though it's very small, it would still hold enough mass that gravity would react to it. And that's what bonds that spirit to this plane and this earth, instead of going off, and gravity still holds it here. And I think probably, you know, the old running theory, does EMF fuel, or does you know, how does EMF react with a ghost, and how does it help a ghost manifest? What, in my personal opinion, is it creates drag. I believe that EMF allows amplified gravity, it creates drag, and it lets what particles are left create more mass and then be present in this realm. And then I also think that those spirits are traveling at a, you know, in Einstein's theory of relativity and space-time, that if you travel, you can never travel at the speed of light, but you can travel just shy of it. And in that case, if you do, then you're the speed of traveling at that speed, then basically a year in this plane would be about a week in that time frame. And so if you think about
There's been theories that... Go ahead.
Yeah, if you think about it, you know, you have, you know, a lot of guys, you know, in Western themes, you know, you hear about the, you know, the cowboy hats and the, you know, and they're somewhat hostile with new residents. Well, you know, if that was the case and they don't realize they're dead, being that they've, you know, traveled at nearly the speed of light, they would not realize that they're dead. They would have still stayed in that plane of existence where they think it's 1900 when it's actually, you know, 2000. And that's the way I kind of view it. And I think that's probably it's good science. Yeah, you know, I openly admit it. But I also think it's something that physicists need not discount. I mean, it's something that a very real possibility. This is where the God particle lies, and those God particles are that weight loss that, you know, when the spirit leaves the body. And where does that consciousness, you know, the question is, do you maintain consciousness, and where does that spirit go? How does it continue on, and how does it impact the reality around us?
What are you going to say,
David? I totally
David?
agree. I was going to say that they're working on a theory now that one thing that might be able to go faster than the speed of light is actually gravity, because gravity can leave a black hole,
Right.
they've found out. And also, I always wonder if, how do we know time, like he said, maybe time, we're going at light speed after you pass away, or time just stops for them, you know? Possibilities.
I'm a big fan of the multiverse theory of parallel universes and them interacting with each other. Is that maybe death is another parallel universe in a way, and that's what's reacting to it. You know, and that that they're in their universe, the laws of physics are different than the laws of physics here.
Exactly.
So, you know, you get into that. I wanted to mention, too, Goot was talking about EVPs. You know, when you talk about EVP theory, you know, they've studied a lot, all the last, 30, 40 years of EVP research. We've gone from reel-to-reel tape now to digital. Back in the days of reel-to-reel tape, they thought it was because of the electromagnetic things that happen with paranormal that they think that it was imprinting itself on the tape. Well, now that when digital came out, like, oh, we won't get any EVPs on digital. Well, lo and behold, we get EVPs on digital, even clearer EVPs. So what's the mechanisms? And then, people have tested out, well, maybe it's out of our hearing range. Well, the problem with that, most of our recorders are meant, their mics in those are built to record pretty much just in the human hearing range. They shouldn't be picking up stuff that's out of the human hearing range either. So if they're doing that, the mic shouldn't pick them up. My biggest thing, I think, to me, the closest theory that works for EVP recording is resonance, or stochastic resonance. Either be it using white noise or not white noise, just resonance in itself. That if you're, the best example, one guy who wrote a book about this gave is if you have one of those kids' toothbrushes that make music when you put it in your mouth. You only hear it if it's pressing down and resonating in your mouth. Is that he tested it with a recorder, and like it's playing, but you don't hear it, but the recorder did, because it resonates the little mic in the box. So resonance, to me, is one of the biggest clues to how they're communicating, at least through EVPs.
Yeah, sound vibrates. That's makes it clear right there, And there are actually some recorders that record on different frequencies, and you got to put the headphones into play as well, because the frequency range on those are huge.
Yeah.
Some recorders are basically wide open for frequency ranges.
There are.
Maybe they're so quiet at that time that we just can't pick it up, and in our recorder, the magnetics or the frequency picks it up. But we have no baseline to test that against, so we're pretty much fishing right now until we have a baseline to test it against.
Yeah. As I say, is that people talk about the scientific method and trying to apply it to investigation. Mainly, we're data collectors. We're collecting tons and tons and tons of data, and where we're going with it is the biggest question. What's the end result? What are we going to get out of it? Are we going to be able to prove it? My dad, who's very scientific, said you'll never be able to, he's like, he supports me, but he's like, I don't know, I don't think you'll ever be able to prove the afterlife or prove any of this to anybody. He might be right, but I still do it. I have a feeling that there's a missing, we were part of a missing link here. We're collecting data, something that later, maybe years later, scientists will catch on to. They will discover something that will lead into this, that all this stuff that we collected, all these voices and all this stuff. Because you know what, some of the top minds back in the early 1900s, like I said, I'm going to play tonight, I'm going to try, if I get a chance, to play my Tesla video that I did trying to reach out to Tesla. But Tesla, Edison, the early pioneers were interested in that. They both felt there was, a possibility of communicating with the afterlife with electronic devices, at least according to some of their interviews. Some of the stuff that they said.
Right.
And if any,
sorry, I lost my speaker.
I think
that's all right. Yep, you're all right.
My speaker on my phone, so it's hard to hear right now. Go on while I fix this little problem.
All right, go ahead. What are you going to say, Goot?
I think too. Applying the scientific. I mean, as you know, we've done a lot of investigations together. And to me, finding the validation, okay, we've got a name, let's connect it with history, and let's, and that sort of thing. And as far as applying the scientific method, I think that's probably the best route, is to find that validation. You know, can we apply it to a mystery, solve mystery in history, that sort of thing.
Yeah, in the aspect, who are we trying to prove it to, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be skeptics out there that are you could show them a full body apparition live in front of their face, and they still probably not believe it.
Yeah, they'll say it's a hologram.
Yeah, it happens.
They just don't want to believe. Some people won't believe. Just like it's just like extraterrestrials. They can't handle something like that. It's too much for them to know that there are people and spirits. There are millions of them everywhere, all the time. You know, we just got to get that right little thing. It's like fishing. If you have the right lure, you're going to catch it.
Yeah.
And Goot talks about that all the time. Goot says, put a wide net.
Yeah. I take the same aspect as the Kling brothers. You know, the wider the net, the more fish you'll bring in. You know, and it makes for a long,
long review time.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. 14, 15 hours going through just audio. That is just, it's mind-numbing sometimes. You have to take a break, let your ears reset.
Yeah, because you start to tune out.
But just getting one EVP, one EVP out of 9 hours just blows your mind, because it's something that not many people on Earth actually have. And you got it, and you heard it first. It was talking to you.
Yeah.
You know what's funny, though, is that most of my EVPs I get will be in the first 1 minute of the first session, and then I'll get nothing. It's weird.
The irony is, for me, I mean, there was one investigation that Jason had, and I don't think he was in the room. It was his wife was in the room and another investigator, and it was in a storeroom, and it just happened to be that we had set up a camera. We had reports of residual hauntings there, so we'd set up a camera there with some with a light. And I had to adjust the camera, and there happened to be this deck of cards that was strewn on the floor.
Right.
You cut it out a little bit, Goot.
Yeah.
At that point, I had the whole night I had carried my recorder around. At this particular instance, I set it down, and then went to make an adjustment with the camera. And at that very moment is the one time that I set that recorder down was the time that I got an EVP, and I got the most creepiest EVP ever.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's almost like they know.
Yeah.
You're talking about the one that says when you're talking about the cards, right?
Yeah, that's when Josh had asked your wife high or low, and she actually, Spirit actually got it right and said low. And rough old man voice, it sounded like he'd smoked for years, and it was creepy, but it was the only EVP I caught on that recorder all night, and it was the one time that I sat it down, and consequently, I never carry it with me.
Yeah, and I always gave you crap for carrying your recorder around too. Before that point.
It's almost like they're having fun with us at some point, It's like hey, I'm gonna say a little something and get this guy going, They could have a sense of humor. I believe the same way you are in life, you are in death.
Yeah, I definitely think so.
I believe that to a point. I believe once you become long dead, though, and you lose your sense of your humanity, I think that's where demonic presence is coming.
Oh yeah, I think there's also an aspect too for the dark souls out there too.
Yeah.
That they become more dark on the other side, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, and for spirits that have been around too long, what happens if it's true that there's spirits floating around?
Yeah.
Okay, and haunting a location, how long can that go on? Because where are the spirits from thousands of years ago? Yeah. How long can it go on? I'm a big Supernatural fan. On CW. Our son's name's Dean, if that tells you how big of a fan I am. I'm not naming my second kid. He is going to be a boy. I'm not naming him Sam, though. But they on there, they had their storyline on there is if a ghost hangs around for so long, it starts to go crazy. And it turns bad. It actually turns bad, starts to do bad things, even if the person was good in life.
And I
like being in a prison cell.
Right.
I have a similar view. I think that you may not go crazy, but I think the whole Eastern philosophy of the ghost sets in that I think when the spirit moves on, you tend to stay with loved ones. Referencing the baby in the womb and the ultrasound, you stay with loved ones. Second or third generation. And after that, everyone that you would know in life are gone. And then I think once a spirit reaches that point, at that point, start to lose humanity. They start to lose the anchor that keeps them to this plane of existence. And if they, and for me personally, I believe in reincarnation. If they don't re-enter
Me
this
too.
reincarnation, then I believe they become like that hungry ghost, where they.
You've heard me talk about the Hungry Ghost, yeah. My theory on the Hungry Ghost deal, the Eastern idea of Hungry Ghost, is that if you had a lot of addictions in life, that'll affect you on the after side. I have, a little bit of a sensitivity sometimes, and I've always had a feeling about bars. Like there's spirits hanging around bars, and they're latching onto people to get another drink, to get that feeling.
And it's where they were most comfortable as well.
True, yeah.
I believe too that there are spirits. Back to the Hungry Ghost reality, the shadow people. In those senses, those would be what I call long dead. They've been dead long.
And that's what I've wondered too.
And they've lost, because if they still had a sense of humanity, they would appear in color. They would still have some reference, and a lot of times they become amalgams where they don't even have human shape anymore. They just become like a cloud, like a.
Well, I always say.
Exactly.
I've always said about ghost pictures, people like, you'll see a pic. I've talked about this on the show, and I've shown a few examples of this. You'll see a ghost show up in a picture, and the body's pretty much fully formed, but the face is blurred.
Right.
So what my thing is an older ghost, especially back in the day when there wasn't really people taking selfies, and there weren't as many photos around, or no photography, and mirrors were sometimes faux pas. You didn't have a lot of mirrors in people's house because they were spooked by them, so you didn't really see your face a lot. And so after so many years, do you remember your face enough to recreate it?
Recreate it, exactly. And
Exactly.
And there are, I've heard some mediums do work in this aspect where they say that, with alcohol, something that is in depth with an addiction or an affliction, there are, they say, shadow figures that will attach to those people to get them closer to the end game, to drag their spirit down with them. And, and there we get into another scenario. And so, with bar rooms, and if you think about it, those kind of spirits, think about, hospitals and penitentiaries and areas of incarceration, and how much evil and how much emotion and how much paranormal activity occurs in those locations.
Right.
Colorado Penitentiary, this cracks me up. It's been always thought of as one of the most haunted places venues in the United States, and I believe ghost hunters have been there a couple times. Ghost adventures have been there, and I just read an article about now, since legal using it as a grow house, and I thought that's one grow house that I would never want to work in, and it makes it does that kind of mentality have an aspect on other living things like plants?
I have a couple of theories on spirits. As far as you said, how they kind of lose their form, and maybe there's some kind of fuel that keeps them going for a while, and as it goes on, they start losing that fuel. And as far as getting pictures of spirits at a certain place, perhaps they're tethered there by a certain kind of fuel or energy, and that's why they can't leave unless they find something that matches their fuel, like another, like one of us that has the right energy that they can attach onto and go from.
Go ahead.
Theory with that, when manifestation occurs, is that, and back to the speed. If you're moving at almost the speed of light, you would need to create drag, because if you're moving that fast, you wouldn't be able to be seen by our eyes. Very unlikely would you be able to be seen by a camera, even with its video framework. So, what I think happens and what I think occurs with EMP. With electromagnetic fields is it creates drag, and that drag allows what particles are left of that spirit to slow down enough to have gravity take hold. And when gravity takes hold, that allows that spirit to manifest visually and actually become almost like a whole entity. That's why you might.
It's kind of
through them.
Kind of a residual, like Star Trek when they get beamed up. Whatever particles are left kind of stand behind them for a bit.
Yeah, that's a good example.
Exactly, very similar, very good analogy actually, because that's kind of what I believe it is. I don't think the electromagnetic fields feel them. I think what it does is allows them to slow down enough to be relevant in this plane of existence. Is what I think. They use it as drag, basically.
I always
Yeah.
loved that theory
From a-
when you first told it to me, Goo, too. I thought that was a really good theory for how they're manifesting. Go ahead,
Yeah.
David.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say is a lot of us we've been doing this so long we kind of think on the same way, that time stops for them or it's going super fast for them, and as far as we know, they can understand when we're talking to them. They can answer our questions. When you get something that doesn't answer your question, how do you know they're not answering a question from 2 days ago or 2 investigations ago? From the way
All right.
time goes.
On that note, let's start playing in some evidence when we talk on the theory. I'll play my one from our last investigation that maybe is a Class A EVP. I'll let your guys get your opinion on it. You'll hear the medium Katrina Cooper talking in the background about she sees it writing music or writing poetry. She's not sure. She sees it writing something. This is what she's talking about, and the EVP seems to respond to it. So let me pull that up. Oh, that's the EVP, but let me find the full clip. Hold on. Ah, shoot. Thought I put the full clip on here. I didn't. She was talking about that. I only got the clip of the EVP. Damn it.
I hate listening to these without headphones, by the way.
I know. And so it's going to be hard. So let me see. Damn it.
Give it a shot. Give it a shot.
All right.
That's what we're here for. We can wait.
All right.
We got it, buddy.
I wanted to play the full clip. I always like playing the full clip first, and then the
Yeah.
condensed down, isolated clip. At some reason, I don't have it on here, and I thought I did. Damn it! Oh, that
Yeah,
sucks.
kind of leads the story to it.
Yeah, because she's talking about it. Here, let me play it again. I'll just play the regular EVP. Can you hear it?
Yeah, I hear something.
Yeah, I heard something. What was the question that led up to it?
She was
What was
talking.
she saying?
She was commenting. She was talking about that she feels that she sees it that it's writing something. It's writing something or doing or what she said, writing or writing lyrics or poetry. She wasn't sure. She could see in her head somebody writing something, and then this is the reply right after she says that. Damn it! I wish I had the full clip. I had it on here, and damn it. Let me see if I can find it.
Why are you fascinated with clothes?
That's not it. Hold on. I was trying to see if I could pull it up.
Was that it?
No, hold on. I'm gonna see if I can get the full clip. Give me 1 second.
Sure.
I definitely there though.
Yeah. Go ahead and talk while I'm pulling this up.
That's very ominous. It does. It sounds very ominous. It sounds very, very manly. Very.
We got a very similar EVP from a previous investigation that sounds like that too.
Yeah.
Let me find it here. All right.
Hey, they make us wait.
Yeah, right. All right. Here we go. Should be it. All right, let me see. This should be
I
it.
already made those comments.
Yeah.
Also, writing down the music, the lyrics on the paper.
See, I wonder if you're picking up on.
I already made those comments.
Yeah.
Also, writing down the music, the lyrics on the paper.
See, I wonder if you're picking up on. Here's it isolated. All right, I know you guys aren't wearing headphones, and that's the worst. But
Yeah. I almost hear, to me, it sounds like he's saying on the nose.
On the nose, listen with the headphones. I can hear how you might be able to hear that, but to me, maybe I'm influenced by what she's talking about, but I hear something else. Any other takers?
I hear a heavy, the O sound. And I don't know if it's saying. I'm not quite sure what it says. That's the biggest.
Okay, I know it's hard. And again, listeners tonight, if we play any of the Spirit Box stuff, this is probably the only EVP I got, but we got some from Dave.
Give it one more.
tonight.
Give it one more go if you
Okay, but headphones definitely recommended. Headphones are always recommended for my show when I'm doing EVP or Spirit Box stuff. But here we go. I'll play it.
I already made those comments.
Yeah.
Also, writing down the music, the lyrics on the paper.
See, I wonder if you're picking up on. Goot, you're cut out for some reason.
Oh.
There you are.
Hey, I got my headphones on now.
Oh, okay, I'll play it one more time since Dave's got his headphones on. One more time.
Yeah.
I'll play the one more time.
God, there's something.
I already made those comments.
Yeah.
Also, writing down the music, the lyrics on the paper.
See, I wonder if you're picking up on. All right. Any guess?
Something about notes. It sounds like something he said about notes, right?
Yes. All right.
I'm a musician. I should have known that.
It goes. What I hear when I first heard it right away was
Writing down the notes.
I took
Oh,
notes.
there you go.
I took notes. That's what I hear. Play it now again. That's what I hear. It could be an old man's voice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, another thing I notice on EVPs is when I get sometimes your voice will have the echo in it from the room you're in, but when you hear the EVP played back, there will not be an echo. That's another thing that it's kind of hard for me to figure out.
I've heard that, and I've heard it have echo, and I've heard it not have echo. So it's not consistent. If it was always consistent, never to have echo, then that would be a big clue. But I've noticed that, Dave. I've had that where it doesn't have echo sometimes, and then the other ones do. I don't know. Is that, does that go with resonance, or does that go with low frequency, or does it just throw all those out the window?
It's probably ambience and resonance, because they're not. We gotta think they're not using vocal cords anymore, so they're not vibrating the air the same way we are. The waves aren't the same. Possibly. No one knows. There's no dictionary for it.
No.
So it could be anything, but they change all the time. Why are some so clear and some are not? Just like Gal was saying that maybe their fuel's running out, or maybe they're going too fast. Maybe they're going by and trying to say something really quick, and maybe like I said once before, how do we know for them to communicate or talk or anything that it's against some kind of universal rule, and whenever they do that, it pains them? How do we know it doesn't hurt them in some way? So sometimes they're afraid to do that. We don't know. Here's a theory.
Yeah. And Goot, what were you going to say? You were going to say something.
Well, and then, when you go in the water filter on the EVP.
You can barely hear you, Goot. You need to talk closer to your mic.
I said sometimes we throw the water filter theory in there as well, where you hear the water filter coming across as well. They don't have the echo, but it sounds like, they're underwater or in a long tunnel. That's it.
Yeah, your audio's gotten really bad, Goot. I don't know if it's where you got the mic at on your phone or whatever, how you're doing it.
Getting better?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you sound a little better.
On the same note, how do we know it's not kind of a matrix and we are EVPs to them? They get every other word that we're saying when we're talking to them, right?
Sometimes, though, they seem to know what we're going to say before we say it. I've witnessed that too. And a lot of paranormal investigators have commented on that. Here's another one. This one's thrown me for a loop for years now. I got this when I first started investigating back in 2008 in a house in South Bend, Indiana. I was told when my training, Mike McDowell was the guy who trained me. He's the founder of Indiana Ghost Trackers. He had a class at Purdue, and he taught me that if you ever get an EVP that comes across that's really clear, but doesn't make any sense, it's either a foreign language or play it in reverse and see if it says something, because that's a rare but does happen phenomenon. So I got this EVP. It was very clear. I'm gonna play it for you. Hold on. Now I only have. I realized I only loaded up the edited, the reverse part of it. When I play it in reverse, I only play the reverse part of it. So, but I'll play the full clip. Hold on.
It was right behind you. Yeah. It was right behind you. Yeah.
So you see, that's unedited, unboosted. that is, you'll hear an investigator named Dave going, "It was right behind you," to another woman named Heather, and it says, "You need a feeding cup." I don't know what that means. Didn't make any sense, but I didn't have to boost it. It just showed up. I was sitting on a bed with a recorder in front of them, and there was nobody else in the room. Everybody else had moved out of the house because we were trying to get contamination down. So it was just us three in the house. Everybody else was outside. And it was just too loud to be some voice came from outside, in my opinion. So I'm going to play it again, and then I'm going to play it in reverse. Getting a high feedback from somebody, too. I don't know if it's your air conditioning or what.
Who's that?
Might be Goot.
No, I don't think so. Mine, I'm not.
But your audio is really bad, Goot, so it could be you. I don't know.
No, actually, I got to go off anyway, so I think I'm.
All right, Goot. Yeah, I knew you had to get off at 9, so. Yeah, we only had Goot till 9. That's one of the reasons I did the episode early. But here it is in reverse.
It was right behind you. Yeah.
So how does it take that and reverse it? So do you have a guess what you think it says?
Even in when it's playing forward, it almost says something slowly. The last word, it sounds like he's saying something slowly. It sounds like a kid, right? Do you get that?
Yes, yes. And there was evidence of a child spirit there. I'm gonna play it again for you in reverse.
Yeah. What
Go for it.
I can hear you something. Is that what you hear?
Yeah. Most people that hear it is "I can hear you, mommy." So
there you go. That's.
So what does a ghost have to do to record an EVP in reverse?
Exactly.
What is the dynamic of that? That one's I've always used that EVP as like an example of like we really don't know what the F is going on.
Yeah, we don't know how they exist. I mean, if there's different universes, it could be backwards. And that's just the way it comes through because we have no idea how they communicate, without vocal cords, without a body, maybe they don't mean it intentionally and it just gets reversed in the mix, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Possibly.
All right, so let's move on to a different subject of spirit boxes. My newest thing I'm really excited about, and the high hums coming from you. Is your air conditioning running?
Let me see. Hold on. Oh, I have a fan on. Just a sec.
That's what it is.
Let me go grab.
Okay, go for it, man. While he's doing that, I'm gonna get my screen share up. I belong to Steve.
All right.
Okay. I'm gonna.
How did that do? Is it gone?
A little better. A little bit better. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. One more thing.
Okay.
Okay, there is nothing on in here.
Okay.
How is that?
It's better than it was.
Better?
It's gone down. There's still somewhat of a hum, but it's all right. It was better than it was. All right.
There's not no.
I was going to bring up next is I need to find how I can get to my playlist. I know this thing's going crazy on me, but let me see here. I did an experiment for the ITC Collective. We were talking about Steve Huff is this spirit box guru guy out there. Has been doing it for about 4 or 5 years, posting videos of different spirit boxes, and he collects them.
Right.
And let me see if I can pull this up. He started a community called the ITC Collective, and basically it's a bunch of ITC communicators and trying to do it without all the drama and stuff. Wow, I hear myself echoing. I hope that's not going too bad on
I hear you fine. I hear you perfectly.
Okay. Hopefully it's not doing it on the show too bad. That's what I hope.
No.
Let me see if I can pull it up. My YouTube went crazy on me here and didn't give me the menu option to pull up my stuff. Darn it. Well, I wanted to play a video I did. Yeah.
It's showbiz.
Yeah, it's showbiz. There's a Murphy's Law, I always call it. Something can go wrong, it can't.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, usually.
Where's my playlist? Won't pull up my playlist. Let me see. I'll get down here.
Yeah, every time I every time I'd go on a show to play guitar, I'd put on brand new strings before the show, and what would happen?
Yeah.
Second song in, a string would break. That's Murphy's Law.
Yeah, never fails. Never fails.
No, no, maybe it's all the energy of maybe nervousness and just energy itself kind of moves things along.
There we go. Playlist. All right, let me go to my channel. It's on my channel. No, not these channels. My channel. Yeah, I slightly hear myself echoing. I just hope it's not doing it too bad on the show. That's all I hope. Okay, so I did this test for, I'll try to speed through it, but let me get up my notes for it. Actually, could have just pulled it up off my phone. Didn't think about that. Let me see. But I'm going to read the notes off my phone here.
What spirit box do you use?
Well, this was an experiment with the SCD one. Steve Huff's
the software.
What it does is it floats through IP radio. When I first heard the app, I was like, yeah, it's going to be a ton of voices. How are you going to know when you're getting a thing? Well, what Steve Huff came up with that I have to admit I'm a big fan of is the Portal, which is he built an amp and used guitar effects pedals. It's very expensive, his setup, roughly about $600 at least.
Yeah.
But basic features of it are reverb and noise reduction, and mainly the noise reduction to cut out all the chatter. And the theory is that the ghosts have to push through the noise gate to communicate. So you only get the voices once in a while. Well, I came up with my own cheaper version using an app on my iPhone called AmpKit and set up with a thing called iRig, so I can play audio in and out of my phone. And I feed that SCD1 or any kind of spirit box through my noise gate on there and on reverb. So I did this little test. Let me see if I can pull up the notes. Somebody actually went through.
Yeah, Steve told me that they prefer reverb.
They do, but our ears don't.
No,
reverb is
they don't. We get lost.
Yeah. But I have noticed when I had a couple of times testing it that it actually told me, I said, do you want more reverb? And it actually said more. So I'm wondering if there is something to it. And I have had more results with the reverb, but I hate it because the audio is awful. Yeah. All right. So she had something.
You just want to keep turning it off.
Yeah. But this to me is one of the newest fields in the spirit box area, using IP radio with this kind of effects processing. I think this is going to be a new thing that's going to go out there. You can use IP radio. There's a free one called Spirit Talk that you can download for free. You don't have to spend $50 on the SCD one if you don't want to. It's very buggy though, that Spirit Talk app, but it goes through IP radio. But what you'll notice is it's going to have constant chatter. And so how are you going to know when a voice is coming through? One of the methods, if you do that, I see people using the mute method. They just mute it and they ask a question and then you unmute it. And if the response is a direct response to their question, then they count it as some kind of evidence. If it's a very direct response, so, just asking what's your name out there and then it puts up a name isn't very good. That could be anything. Being like really specific. And Steve Huff, his videos, he's had some really specific stuff come through, some very amazing stuff. And since he's come out with the Portal, it's got even better. So let me play that. I won't play the whole video of my thing here. Hi, this is Jason Bland from Midwest Paranormal and from my show Paranormal Soup. This is a special edition. Let me fast forward. Tesla actually tried to communicate with spirits with electronic devices, but we wouldn't have all these devices. But what I did is we did a survey on I started this thing called Founding Fathers of ITC. We wanted to see, is there a way to, every Friday maybe we pick a certain founding father and try to communicate with them, and we all voted on a number of people: Konstantin Radivave, Edison, Frederick Jurgensen, and Tesla were the first ones we voted on, and Tesla won hands down. So this is me participating and doing this Tesla video. Now, I'm not saying I got some great results, but one person took a lot of notes on this and thought I was getting some really good results. So let's get to the point here.
I lost audio from you. There we go.
Forgot to hit the button. Be you, Nicola.
I can
tell us anything to verify that it's you. Reaching up. Knowledge. To find out. Trying to find out. That's what I heard. Reaching out to Nikola Tesla.
Oh, where are you?
I'm in Indiana. I heard, where are you? Reaching out to Nikola Tesla.
And it would.
Got about 10 minutes to try to communicate.
It would be. And it's probably no
noise gate up. Yeah, push through this noise gate. I'm sure Nikola Tesla would be very fascinated by my setup here. Presented all the major components that help create these things. Can you tell us how we can better communicate with you on the other side?
Are you guys in this truck? Let's go. I'm not.
Nicola, you're here. Okay. What was your biggest? You know, I gotta have fun with it.
I can hear him pushing through the noise gate.
What were your feelings on Thomas Edison? Sounded like I said Edison after me.
Yeah.
Did you consider Thomas Edison a friend or an enemy? And reaching out to Nikola Tesla. Got to push through this noise gate. That one there that just played, the tagging it said world, ruin, death. Let me see if I can back it up.
Yeah.
That's kind of creepy. Okay. Oh, hold on.
Maybe it's the direction we're headed, you know, they think, if we keep the way we are.
Yeah. World. It is.
Are you proud of that your technology has accomplished? What, Dave?
I heard that. You know, the only thing I have negative about EVPs is when we're all guilty of this, is saying this is what it says instead of letting people go, what did you hear? You know what I mean?
It's hard.
We kind of lead them. Yeah, but I got that. I heard that already. The world, ruin, death. That was clear as day.
Yeah.
But I was just saying that for people out there, you know.
Yeah, and I give it away in this video because I'm commenting and I'm talking back and forth. So I like say it, you know, when I do EVPs, like I do an EVP review, or if I do a spirit box review, not usually like this. I usually do like I did with my class. I was trying to, you know, play that one EVP. I think might be Class A. I didn't want to tell you what it said. I wanted you to listen.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. It's just like people selling pictures, saying, "Look." You know, instead of saying, do you see, I always put, you know, I post mine up and I go, do you see something? You know?
But I wanted to show this as my example of this portal, the device that I built, you know, of this might be a new way of communicating.
Oh, that's yours?
Yeah, this is mine. This is my setup. And like I said, what it is it's using my iPhone with this app called Amp Kit that has, the first one of the first free pedals you get is a noise gate. And that's one of the key components. So it's blocking out. There's constant chatter going on. Oh.
Yeah. It's like people putting their hand over the speaker when you're doing an EVP. So, you know, only the voice comes out, or using those Faraday bags or whatever to keep the white noise out.
So the theory is that using an IP radio thing to make it maybe more of a communication device is that they got to push through that noise gate to make a communication come through.
So it's more prominent. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
We did this on 2 shows ago, and or last show. No, it was the last show I did. No, it was 2 shows ago. I can't remember. And I held up. I'm like, how many fingers am I holding up? And right away it said 3. It said Goot's name, which is not a normal name. And
No.
And you know what it was doing it off of? You won't believe it. You've heard of the Sonyo X app?
Really?
Yeah, which is not it's not radio. It's pre-recorded radio.
Yeah.
There's no signal or anything. So I'm shocked.
It's like it chose words.
Right, and how does it do that? Again, the theories. I really hope I'm not feeding back to my show. I hear myself quite a bit. I'm hoping that's not.
I don't really hear any feedback. But as we said, it's like we said earlier, time moves different from them. So maybe they've already heard the words, and they're letting them go. Maybe they're just delaying it a little bit. And they can hear the words themselves, pick them out. But I think it's almost for them, it's like a dictionary. They can say, I'm going to use this, or actually get their self in there. I think they do both. I think they use their own words, and they use words that are already on there, maybe because it's easier. They don't have to try so hard. Maybe they just push the frequency or the level with their energy.
All right, I'm going to play a little bit more here.
Right on.
You're a
big hero of mine.
Benny.
Reaching out to Nikola Tesla. Got about 5 more minutes.
Oh.
Can you tell us how to better communicate with the other side? Is Steve Huff's portal interesting to you? Does this device interest you? Here's one that might get him riled up. Did the government steal your secret work when you died? I have to comment on that one. The one that tagged us that said she heard it's not recording. I heard stop recording, which people have gotten before on communications. They're like, don't record me. I'll communicate.
Yeah.
Record me. Bill O'Neill and the Spiritcom. That was, if that was fake or not, I don't know. Nobody's been able to reproduce his results with the Spiritcom, but his contacts with, I think it was Mueller, was it telling him turn the damn tape off. It says or stop recording. So that's what I thought of when I heard that one. I'm gonna play it back just 1 second.
No, they definitely have personalities. That's what I think they keep.
Steal your secret work when you died. And that'd be interesting too, because I'm talking about his secret work, and that's what he got really paranoid about at the end of his life.
Yeah,
the government taking.
It almost sounded like he said they got a recording or something like that. That's what I kind of heard, just listening to it once. But that's what I heard. They got a recording, or they got a something.
Could be. It's hard to tell.
That's right. Everybody's ears are trained different to hear things different. From when we were kids, vowels, people that hear in different languages hear words different. That's why people can translate things different, or hear stuff that we never even heard, and we go, oh yeah, that's it.
All right, let me go. Again, Nikola Tesla, are you out there?
No. I don't know.
Question is, did the government steal your work after you died? And how do you feel about that?
Moving. Anything.
Like I said, didn't know if I'd get any success with this. Plus, I don't think I get much success in my home.
Yeah, I heard the word anything come up.
Or maybe anything you can say to the IT community to help us better communicate.
The right
So
constant?
this one you have is one of a kind. The
Yeah.
right constant, is that what he said?
Right
I heard right.
consciousness.
That's okay. Okay.
There's a comment coming up here in a second. Reaching out to Nikola Tesla. I got a couple more minutes. Can you tell us how to better communicate with the other side?
Is we need. Nope.
Nope. I thought I heard nope, but listened to it, and this other person said it too. Said that need an open portal. I'm gonna go back.
Nope.
Nope. Communicate to the other side.
Is we need. Nope.
Nope. To me, it sounds like it's saying is we need a open portal.
That very close. I mean, and tell EVPs, you have to listen to them 50 times, but that's pretty close, and it does make sense. But also, you got to keep in mind: is that what you're looking to hear, or does it make sense?
Right.
Right.
Influencing yourself.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's hard to, you got to come in with an open mind to this completely. And the first thing you have to do is try to debunk it, and when, just like when all other answers, you got the truth. But EVPs are a strange thing. And I think for myself, they're the best evidence that you can get, because you can always mess with with pictures, with the video now. There's most stuff you can't even believe.
I was gonna play.
And I just think
I was gonna play our portal stuff from this last investigation did, but since Goof's not on and Judy can't get on, I'm gonna save it because I want to have that for it. So I decided to play this video instead as an example of the portal.
Right.
And then I want to do your stuff.
Right on. Gotta find my phone charger.
Again, reaching out to Nikola Tesla. Got one more minute. Can you name any electronic device to help communicate with the other side?
The power.
We'll wait till you're done.
All right, I'm good. Go ahead. I had to.
Okay.
All right, Judy's back.
Okay, cool. You there, Judy?
Yeah.
I'm showing my Tesla test, so. Tell us. Are you even interested in helping people communicate to the other side, or is that something you could do?
Some light. Okay. No.
Can you tell us what year you were born?
Let us ship.
Or what country were you born in?
Country. There is.
So I'm gonna play this one back. It says a country, not the country Tesla was born in, so who knows who I was communicating with. But it repeats my word. I'll say this, I'll give it away. It says, I say what country you're born in, and it's like country? Like it's responding to me, so let me play that back, and then we're going to move on to different.
There is.
There we go back. Cool.
Let us ship.
Or what country were you born in?
Country. There is. Only.
So I hear it repeats back country to me, and then it says something I don't understand it. Peru.
Sounded
heard
like
that as well.
Honduras.
Honduras? All right.
Or Berlin. It almost sounded like Berlin as well, but you have to hear it 1,000 times, and everybody hears everything different.
Oh, of course. Let's play one more time, and then I want to move on to Dave.
All right, good. My phone just won't charge now. It's a brand new phone.
What country
and it's weird.
were you born in?
Country. There is.
Honduras?
I hear that Peru at the very end. So that another person, I had my own notes, and then somebody tagged a bunch of stuff on my YouTube feed. And if you go to this YouTube on my channel, it's on my channel under Jason Bland. You'll see this person tagged a ton of stuff on here. They have got a great ear, and like some of the stuff I didn't hear, but some of the stuff I heard too. And that was the country part, and Peru. She heard that at the end. So I don't know. I'm still experimenting with the portal. I'm very interested with the mechanics of it. I had I'm not trying to say, Steve Huff stole my idea, because he didn't. We don't know each other at all. I just think great minds think alike. Years ago, I've never been big in spirit box. Judy's the one that always has the spirit box, and she's got the Echo box, and she's always been into this. I've never owned a spirit box. Right now, I'm borrowing Judy's. I think I got her spirit box and her tablet with the SCD1 on it and everything, because I've been experimenting with it. But years ago, I thought about when I first started doing this, we started doing spirit box. I'm like, wonder what would happen if you took a spirit box and added noise reduction to it and cut out a bunch of the chatter. Would you get any results? And I just never tested it. I never have a spirit box to do it in. I'm not really supposed to test it in my home. Maybe lately I have been, not a lot. But I always wondered, would that work? Would that, and then one day I see Steve Huff talking about he's working on this device called the Portal, and he didn't tell anybody what it was using, but he showed this amp and these effects pedals on each side of it, and I'm like, I bet you anything one of those is a noise reduction pedal. And when he finally released it, I was like, damn it! I knew I should have done that.
Has he patented it yet?
I wanted to say something about the spirit box that I'm using now. The SP7. That one usually, as long as you put the antenna down, doesn't come up with much, chatter.
No.
I noticed that difference from the old ones I used to have.
And we've had interesting results with SB7. It's annoying to listen to, but we've had some interesting results. There's a time that it told us 3 times the name Ivan, and then the client came home, and we said, does that name Ivan mean anything to you? And she looked at us, she's like, well, it's my uncle. His name Ivan, he passed away 3 months ago. And we had no idea about that, until afterwards.
Ivan's not a popular name.
What milliseconds do you guys set yours to? I usually go 150 to 200.
I usually about 200.
Yeah,
usually about 200.
Yeah, usually it's on like 200.
And I usually go in reverse.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
Another thing that we got really clearly was that Chloe. Crystal clear.
Yeah, I think I have that loaded. Let me see.
And also a lot of that stuff from Justin's was pretty clear. Chloe? Yeah.
Yeah, that was the Chloe we got. And then I don't have it edited, but the portal experiments, we got Chloe more than a couple times that came through on the portal. So I wanted to play that tonight. I was waiting, to see if Judy was going to be on or not, and you kept on going in and out, so I didn't get to it. I don't know if we will. I want to get to Dave's stuff, and maybe we'll get to a little bit, but I don't have it edited. I have to play the whole thing off my Olympic and go off my notes to get to the certain spot, so I don't know how well that'll work out. But what do you want to show us? You got some videos here, Dave.
Whatever the spirit box one. Oh, which one did you want to do? There's one with the EMF. When I ask it if it'll make the lights go off really quick, you can just hear something go
This one with
that's the one where you see the
meter?
Yeah.
That one? All right, I'm gonna play it.
Yeah, it's really quick. If that's the right one, make sure.
I need you to make more of the lights come on. The red one and the orange one, okay? Give it a lot of power right now, okay?
That's just doing the meter.
Come on, make them light up for me, please. Oh, that was awesome.
Sorry, I
Do
gotta
you
watch.
want to be my friend? If you want to be my friend, make the lights light up.
That's in my home.
Like you just did. With a lot of energy. If you want to be my friend, make all the lights light up. Oh, you're doing so great. I'm way proud of you. Is there anything I can do to help you? That is incredible.
I was really stoked on that one, man, because I checked out the whole place and nothing made it go off. But that was a good one to watch. Either one, there's probably going to be on the post with me holding the little statue with my hand on it. Both of those are it's B7s. One says I followed you, and the other one I asked it to talk, and it says we're not interested.
I was going to tell you, don't give it away, darn it.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. It's clear.
It's
Everybody will hear that.
You're just like another friend of mine from New York, Dave Calder, and he's really good about not giving it away. But when he has a really good one, he had a really good one once, and he gave it away by accident in his video and posted it on the Natural Paranormal Society, and they ripped him apart for it. And I'm like, oh God. It was clear. It didn't matter that he gave it away. It was very clear and very direct response to what was going on.
Like our children, you know, they're like our children. We're proud, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right, here, let me play it.
I want to communicate with you.
Oh, I hear it.
You heard it.
We're not interesting. We're not interested.
Yeah.
I heard
love that one.
Let me see. Oh, why won't let me come up the plate again? It's like no plaything's coming up.
I want to communicate with you.
They just give me the cold shoulder there, man.
Yeah.
The
other one.
Oh, yeah.
The other one. I want, you know, whatever it says. But after that, a lot of things happened at home, and it really made sense after you hear it. If you hear what I hear, then it'll, you know, you'll understand.
Is it this other one? It looks just like the exact same video. Is it that one, or is it this one with the spirit box sitting up here? It's like 20
There
seconds.
you go. That's it.
Okay.
It's really fast.
Oh yeah. I followed. I followed you.
Yeah. Yeah. After that, it blew me away.
Yeah, it's clear. I hear it. I heard it the first time.
The thing about that is I had went to a different cemetery before that, and I was doing the spirit box session, and I was talking and talking and talking, and then I moved to another cemetery, and it's kind of saying, I followed you, you know? It followed me over there.
Oh, yeah.
And then after that, I'd had so many crazy things happening here at my house that it's just, it's unbelievable. You know, I posted a couple things where it dropped some dog tags on my phone charger, and it sparked and melted the charger. It's moved my holy water. It touches me at night, you know, it'll mess with my ear or something like that. I think it just, you know, it just wants attention. That's basically it. And I try not to.
You have one that you posted to my timeline. It's a different one. You said?
What was that one?
You said you posted it on my timeline.
Yeah, that's when you hear a bell ring. That's something
Let me go to my timeline, see if I can get it.
I got about
freaky
5-10 minutes left on my.
Oh no. It's gonna let me play it. Come on now.
Oh, no, this is the one where my cell phone recorded by itself when my cell phone was turned off.
Oh, this is a cell phone. Yeah, that's right. So, but
yeah, this is the Goo Goo Dolls.
This is okay.
Yeah, go ahead. It'll play music first. That's what came on, and my phone was completely powered down. Is anybody hearing anything?
That is weird. That is weird. Okay.
I don't hear anything.
Okay. Hold on. I heard what you told me about before.
It almost, yeah. See what Judy thinks it says. If
she didn't hear it. Tell her the story really quick. She doesn't know the story.
Okay, I go to work and I can't have my phone on me at work. I'm a mover and, I'll break it or something else will happen. So I lock it in my car, I power it down, and it completely shut off. And I come back after work and I'm just like looking through some pictures and I look and there's this, it says it recorded a video and the video's black. And I look at the time after I saw the video and I go, that's impossible. I was at work all day. My car was in a parking lot, like 10 miles away. And I play it back, and then first you hear some music, and it pauses, and you hear a man's voice, and the music comes back on. I can understand, they remotely turn on your phone or something like that, but the music's not going to pause, and then a voice comes out, and then the music starts again. That's the thing that really...
I hear what he's saying. I'm gonna play it again. I hear what he's saying now. I was influenced. David told me in his excitement about this what he thought it says, but I hear it. I mean, yes, I'm influenced, but I hear it. Let me rewind it. Sorry.
Nothing yet. No audio. Judy, not if you hear something.
I don't hear anything.
I don't hear it either, guys.
Sorry. Here we go. I got it now.
Unselected poems.
Go ahead.
Forgot to hit the button. Hold on. Let me go back. I forgot to hit the button. Dang it. I always forget the button. All right, sorry.
Unselected poems.
Ooh.
Now, do you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that.
And then the music.
What do you think it's on?
Go ahead.
Oh,
yeah.
For first time I'm hearing it, it sounded like it said selected poems or something.
Oh, very close, yeah. It's something about poems, or I like to write poems, or selected poems could be it. I don't know, but.
Do it one more time.
Yeah. Hold on.
Unselected poems.
Almost sounds like Chong, like Cheech and Chong, like I like poems, man.
What I was going to say is my...
Go ahead, Dave.
Go ahead, Judy. Oh, I was going to say is my...
Dave, go.
Go ahead, Judy. Your turn. You go.
All right.
I was just saying the second time, too, it still sounded to me like maybe something like but then it was selected poems.
It says man at the end, though. I hear man. It says poems, man. So it sounds like to me. Oh, no. Hey, guys, hanging out with you.
I was going to say...
That's Google Dolls.
Exactly. Is the thing is my radio doesn't come on unless my key's in the car, so that was impossible to happen. And if you listen really close with the headphones after you hear the man or the voice talk, you can hear something yelping in the background. It sounds like no dog or anything I've ever heard. You'll have to listen close to that.
I didn't hear that. It's after the voice?
It's after the voice. I haven't played that part yet, but I'm going to play the voice again because this is pretty amazing, man.
It is.
You got a stoner Google Doll fan making selfie videos.
Yeah. And you know what that song is from? You know that one with where he was an angel.
Yeah.
Iris.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was based on a movie.
Yeah, about
that was a theme song to Angel.
Oh yeah.
The one with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. That I forget the name, but that's kind of ironic. You know, it had something to do with that.
And
but almost. What do you get?
Are you Catholic? I saw you had the angel statue in that, so yeah. I mean, maybe it's a reference to something. All right, hold on. Let me go back.
Unselected poems.
I heard that woof, woof, woof.
Yeah, it almost sounds like a whoop or a yelp or like a seal or something, you know, and I'm nowhere.
Like
All
right,
here we go.
Yeah, I mean,
let's listen to it again. Hold on.
Unselected poems.
That is weird, Dave.
That is bizarre.
That is really weird.
You know what? I've talked to investigators that have been doing this for 30 years, and they, some of them are stumped, and some of them, you know, are just, you know, going off the hinges, saying it could be this, you know, tubes or this or that, and you know, or someone turning on it remote. Yeah,
I've only been doing this since 2008, but I got nothing for you on that side.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You got a Google Doll fan ghost that sounds like he's Chong, and yeah, man, selected poem, man.
I'm selecting poem. And who would know enough to mute the song to talk and then turn the song back on?
It's
That's
so
the
messed
thing that
up.
stumps me.
That is so messed up, man. All right, let me see. We had some EVP too. Let me see if I can pull them off my email here. I had one ready. All right, let me see if I can play this one. Now this is I don't want to give it away. This is that. I'll play it and you tell us.
I think it's just the one that I sent you. I think there's just that one. The other ones are just noise.
Oh, where's my volume now? Now, where was this one recorded?
This was recorded at Garden of Memories Cemetery in Salinas, California. In the background is I set the recorder down in the gravestone, and I'm walking around talking, and the last thing you hear me say, kind of clear, is "Show yourself to me, please."
Which
and then that
you really can't hear you in the background, though. You're far away. You're just a very faint voice in the background. Sadly, if I had more time, I could have boosted this some for his EVP, but I didn't get a chance because I lost the original EVP. That's my bad. I wanted to. I was looking for it today. Go ahead.
The question I asked was, "Show yourself to me, please," and then she retorts, and you know, you guys can get from that. I've probably listened to it 100 times. You know?
This is definitely a headphones one for people. It took me a number of times to listen to this to hear it. But I was influenced too. But I do hear it. I do hear it now. After I've listened to it a few times, it's very whispery, I would say.
Yeah, throaty. Yeah, I think it's female.
Yeah, I would say that. All right, and it's towards the end of the clip.
Yeah, just me talking amongst my, you know, asking questions first, and then it comes to answer.
I definitely hear a female voice here. I can't see what's saying.
Are you ready to give it away, Dave?
Well, I'll tell you what I got from it is her saying, "Ain't gonna happen."
Yeah,
after I say, "Show yourself."
Yeah, and after you, I mean, I'll admit, after you influenced me, that's when I heard it. But I do think it's there, like I said, headphones, people. That's what a lot of my shows require, sadly, when we talk about EVPs and spirit boxes. I'll play it one more time, and remember, it's towards the end. You hear Dave slightly in the background. Yeah, I mean, I hear it. Like I said, I was influenced on it, but I do hear it.
Yeah, it blew me away. Yeah, I knew what she said right. Well, I knew what I thought she said right away, and that kind of got me because the last thing I say is "Show yourself to me, please," and then it made sense. Ain't gonna happen, you know. And I'm in Salinas, and there's a lot of Latinos over there, and it almost made me think of that voice because you know I hear that a lot, and you know that's what I heard. You know, people can listen to it. I can email it to you know everything changes when you email. You know, the quality of everything changes.
Yeah. Judy, yeah. You weren't on here the Class A, what I think might be a Class A EVP from Catherine's. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
All right.
Is that just our last investigation?
Yeah, yeah. All right, so I'm going to play this again if you're all right with that, Dave, because Judy
Got
wants
it.
to hear it. You know, Katrina, remember she was talking about seeing something writing music or lyrics. She's talking about that. You'll hear it in the clip. I'll play the first clip. And at the very end of it, right after she talks, it responds to that.
I already made those comments.
Yeah.
Also, writing down the music, the lyrics on the paper.
See, I wonder if you're picking up on...
I already made those comments.
Yeah.
Also, writing down the music, the lyrics on the paper.
It's so faint.
So here it is, isolated. What's your guess, Judy? You want to hear it again?
Let me hear it again. I really can't make it out. Maybe I'll make it out better on an email.
Yeah. Of course, audio quality comes through the streaming here isn't the best. So.
Yeah, here too.
Yeah.
Dave,
something that says nose at the end?
Well, that's what Dave heard the first time. That's what I remember, Dave. You called that out. You said nose, but then later on listened to a few more times. Once you put your headphones on, you almost about nailed it. So I'll play it again. Any other guesses?
Nobody knows?
No. Well, it could be. I mean, it could be. We're listening to not the greatest quality, but what I heard when I first heard it is, and it would be a reply to her, and maybe that's my expectation, it makes me think this is what it's saying, is I took notes. Because she's talking about writing music or lyrics. She sees it writing something.
That's possible. Like I said, if I get it through an email, I'll probably get a better...
I'll play it for you. Now that you're influenced, let's see if you hear it. That's the EVP game.
Yep.
I already made those comments.
Yeah.
Also, writing down the music, the lyrics on the paper.
See, I wonder if you're picking up on... So, I could be influenced myself, but I really do think it says I took notes.
Or it could be something about musical notes, like I know notes.
I know notes. Yeah, so I was thinking.
I know notes. That's a good one. It could be I know notes. So it's just...
Yeah, that's what I'm...
It's almost on the verge of Class A. I can't call it Class A totally because it's not enough clear, but I didn't boost it or anything. Well, the edited clip, I gave it about a 10 decibel boost. But
yeah.
It's close because it's almost, it definitely feels like a direct reply. That to me, that's one of the biggest things. Yeah, you can get a really clear EVP, but if it has no meaning at all to what's going on, it loses its validation. If it has meaning to what's going on, it's a big validation.
Well, that would make
Yeah.
sense because she just said musical notes.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like
before
it's
that
responding to
came
her. I got a couple
Yeah,
other.
I know notes.
That was.
Was that in the kitchen?
That was in the. Hold on. Look at my notes. I think that was the bedroom. That was our first EVP session. Yeah, that was in the bedroom.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
That was
to.
our
I
first
haven't
EVP.
gone. I haven't. I was gonna.
I'm not done yet either.
I have to listen for that.
I still got one more session to go
I might
through.
hear that.
And there's a ton of stuff on the portal, our portal thing that I got, but I don't have it edited. I have to pull it up off the Olympus. We can give that a shot. Unless Dave, do you have anything else you wanted to show, or?
Did you have that one with the bell? Did I send you the one where it was ringing the bell?
I didn't get the one with the ringing the bell. I don't think so.
Okay. Okay. Actually, I can just post it to your thing really quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Let me see what I can do here. I thought I could have swore I sent that.
Let me look at my. Did you post? You emailed it or posted it to me? Because I don't see it posted, and I don't have it in my email.
Okay. I might. Okay. Let me see what I got here.
Or did you send it to me on Messenger?
I might have, but I'm going to post it right now. Let me make sure this is it.
Okay.
Okay, that's it. I'm going to send it to. Just going to post it to your timeline.
Okay.
And it's
Hopefully
just
it pops
it's.
up.
Okay. I love technology, isn't it great?
Yeah.
I know, I send him an email and he gets it before I'm done typing it. That's incredible.
Yeah.
I don't have that kind of luck with technology. I'm still trying to figure out that SD1 and that backup.
Judy has the worst luck with anything technology. I have the worst luck around her with technology.
Yeah.
I need to be working perfectly, and then I'll get
They
it
call
right.
some of us analog dinosaurs. That's what they call us sometimes.
I'm just a dinosaur, period.
Oh.
Oh. You're only as young as I feel.
Did you send it? Because I don't know if I got to somehow get off my page.
No, it's downloading to Facebook.
Gotcha,
You know, it's
gotcha.
uploading the video. Yeah,
Gotcha.
downloading, uploading, side loading. You know.
Maybe after this, if we have time, maybe we can play some of this portal stuff from Catherine's. Catherine told me she was cool with it, and she hasn't even heard any of it. I felt bad. I'm like, "Are you sure you're all right?" She's like, "I don't care. Just go for it."
Yeah. So when you do that portal, do you do it in one place, or do you do it in different places? You just stay where your computer is, or is it a laptop? You move it in different places, or?
This is the thing. This is like, if you want to invest the money to build a portal like Steve Huff has given the designs for, go for it. Because if you got the money, because it's portable. My setup is not portable.
Yeah.
Because it requires a number of plugins. Electrical plug-in. I have to have a plug-in strip, because I got to plug in my mixing board.
Right.
I got to plug
a power bar. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a power bar. I got a little mixing board plugged in with my iPhone, with this iRig deal that I use. All of it still comes out cheaper than his setup, but I have to plug in. I have to have a number of things. It's not portable. It's not portable. But if you're at
but in your defense, you do take it from place to place, so it is portable.
Yeah, it is portable. I can take it to place to place. It's not very portable, to move around once I get it set
It's not
up.
comfortably portable.
No.
The video should be on your timeline right now. The video should be up now, Jace.
Right,
Go ahead and check it out.
Let me see. Let me go check out and see if it posts.
There it is.
All right, here we go. And we got to turn the thing on.
It's really short.
Oh, yeah. Now give us the background on this. Really
That
quick.
was in Okay, you know the mausoleums where you go in and they have the graves up in the walls, and there's glass doors you walk in and it closes, and they have benches to sit or pray. You know, the real expensive graves. You know, for the rich people. Well, I have a friend that works at a cemetery in Seaside, California, and he lets me in there, and I actually ask him to lock me in. And before, you know, there's no streets, there's no houses, there's nothing around it. You know, and when I get in there, it's so silent you can almost hear your heartbeat. Yeah, so I'm going through it and I'm going, oh my god, it either sounds like a triangle or a kid's bell on a bike, or, you know, they say when an angel gets its wings that you hear that little ringing, but it was so prominent, it blew me away.
What Goop brought
I wasn't expecting that at all.
Well, Goop brought up the saying "dead ringer," and it's,
yeah.
You know,
I just thought about that again. Oh, that's oh my god.
Let me talk about.
Oh my god.
Goop brought that up.
Go ahead.
When Goop didn't even get to hear this, but when Dave was telling us the story before the show, Goop goes, "Oh, that sounds like the source of a dead ringer if you were in a mausoleum," because the actual term came from back in the day. They used to put bells above people's graves because this is why I love Goop. It comes up, they think it's great. They put bells above people's graves, you know, like a string that went down into the grave, into the casket, in case they accidentally buried you alive. They can ring the frickin' bell and somebody hears it.
And that's why I said, Judy, that's why they call it after you pass away. For the certain days, they call it a wake. That's in case you weren't actually passed away. Yes, exactly.
Wow.
So after he put that on there, it really made sense. Like they tried to ring the bell, going, "I'm still here."
All right. So
was that grave an old? Was that an old grave? Older grave?
Some of them from the early to mid 1800s.
Yeah, it could be
that. Would be the time period. That would be the time period for it. So here we go.
Yeah.
And they had them in mausoleums too.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't as loud that time, but I got it.
I hear it.
Okay, can you hear it, Judy?
Yes.
Loud or no?
Not
okay,
real loud.
Good. Yeah. Is there any way you can increase the volume, Jace? Yeah.
Not from this end. The way that comes through the loop on this audio is not really a good way to increase it. I can try to up the. Nah, it's not gonna.
Okay, no. As long as Judy heard it, that's fine, and as long as the people listening to the show can hear it, that's just fine.
I think they will. Is it on your YouTube?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I actually I'm gonna post it tonight. I just got it. I just heard it yesterday. I just got it yesterday.
Dave, do you have any contact?
So that's how recent it is.
As a paranormal investigator, I always give you a chance to plug yourself. Do you have any contact information you want to give out to anybody if they need to contact you, if they're in your area, want you to investigate?
Yeah, anybody within the Monterey Bay. I'm on Craigslist and Monterey Paranormal Investigators, and you can call me at 831-402-5308, and I also have a demonologist that works with me as well. And I charge nothing, like all of them, you know.
Like it should be.
Exactly. You know, it's not like we're gonna read your palms for $20 an hour.
No. I say Steve Huff just went off big time because people are saying he's charging for private spirit box sessions, and he doesn't usually respond to the negativity, but he had to because he's like, who would charge for that? Who would charge for that? There's no guarantee I can get any kind of communication through. I would never charge. And and as investigators, we don't charge because we're just trying to help people. What would we be charging? We're not Ghostbusters.
No.
It's morally wrong.
It's morally
because it's an unknown science, you know.
Oh yeah.
Unless you can prove it 100%, then you can't charge for it. You know.
If you're in this,
we're helping people. It's a different kind of service. You know, it's a service of humanity. You know, just like those people that go on the shows and try to talk to people that have passed away and just cold read people. You know, all those stars.
Yeah.
The certain ones that they've gotten. Yeah.
Well, Katrina.
Go ahead, Jace.
Katrina Cooper that I had on my show was amazing. She, as a medium, doesn't like to charge anybody. She'll take donations, you know, because she does travel to do this a lot. So if you want to donate to her, she'll take a donation, but she does not feel comfortable. She would not ask money from anybody. Ever.
You got those ones that charge thousands of dollars to do the same thing.
Yeah, she just can't.
The only time I'd ever charge if I have to drive 80 miles to get somewhere just for gas, you know, that's a difference.
There are
you know?
some investigators that have had people plead with them to come out, and they're like, well, I can't afford to come out, and they've said, you know, people are like, I'll give you money to pay your cost to come out here, and that's fine. That's fine. If somebody wants to pay...
Yeah, if they offer, you know.
They offer, yeah. You shouldn't be putting that up as like, oh, I'll come out if you pay for my hotel room, make sure it has cable, hot tub, and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the right thing
the
to
point
do
is we can't promise them anything.
No. But actually a person in that situation, before they accept having anything paid for, should, you know, offer to find them somebody in their area.
Yeah, I definitely. And I've had some people, I mean,
exactly.
Doing this show, I'm starting to make a lot of connections with people. And I'm like, here, let me see if I can help you find somebody in that area, or I'll give you some names of some groups in that area. I'll do some research. You know, it's hard for me to even find the right people. I'm afraid to give them names of people because I don't know them.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like telling somebody at your job, I recommend this guy to work for me, and my name will be behind him no matter what he does. You know, you don't know what if they're just hoaxers or, you know, just thrill seekers.
Yeah, and
you know,
well, we worked with thrill seekers once.
Yeah. Well, there's paranormal investigators. There's investigators, and there's investigators and researchers. You know, that really look up the CSI everything. You know, before I even start. You know, a lot of people just go in there, take a couple pictures, and get an orb, and go, "Oh, you're haunted." That's it. You know, that's it. That's it. You got a demon or something.
Oh God, yeah. You know, it's sadly the TV shows help promote the field, but they also help destroy it.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of people think, you know, like I run into people too. They think, "Oh, what do you guys charge?" And I'm like, I look at them like they're crazy. You know, like. You know, and then they also
charge our batteries.
yeah. And I got people that think, you know, that you're going to be on a TV show, right? Well, the closest to a TV show I got is my paranormal suit. And the only reason I do this, I have no hopes of making any money off of this show. It's all free, and you know, I don't make anything off the show. I do this because I love it. I love the paranormal.
Yeah.
I love talking about it. I love meeting new people. I mean, Dave, you're from California. I had Dave Cauldron from New York on, and then
working and sharing experiences.
Yeah, you know, and then all the people from Pennsylvania. I seem to have a lot of people from Pennsylvania contact. Because Michael James from Pennsylvania, and then Sandy that I had on with her experiences from Pennsylvania. I'm supposed to try to get on Chris Black, who's studying with a demonologist and has dealt with a demonic case called the Horse Bride Chronicles. I'm trying to get on. She was supposed to be on tonight. They have a schedule. So I got a hold of Dave.
Hey, hey, Jason, if you look on my friends list, there's a Chris Houston and Ron Cross. These guys are the most intelligent paranormal investigators I've ever met in my life. This guy could talk to you for an hour about one thing, and they're my mentors, and they have so much knowledge. It's called the Paranormal Hub. You know, it's a closed group, and it's just I'll open it up to you. I'll invite you guys in if you'd like.
Yeah,
but I mean, these guys, all they do is they do not mess with orbs. Just know that right now. They do not deal with orbs, you know.
If you go to our Midwest Paranormal...
But these guys, they are so educated.
If you go to our Midwest Paranormal...
Go ahead, Jay.
If you go to our Midwest Paranormal Facebook page, you'll see our symbol on there is a word orb with a circle and the slash as our statement.
That dust is a ghost. Yeah. I always tease them with that. Every once in a while, that's how I test paranormal pages. I'll put up this orb that I got, and I go, look at this ghost, and if anybody goes, oh my god, then I'll go, okay, I don't belong on this page, you know.
Yeah.
It's just they're 99.99999% not, you know, explainable. Unless they do flips around my head and invite me to coffee, then it's just dust.
I will say this in defense of some people that are into orbs. Katrina Cooper made this point. She will be like, take a picture right here and point, and the orb will be right where her finger is. You know, and I will give this defense to orbs for people out there too. I will give them this defense. If ghosts are manipulating static electricity, and they need static electricity to manifest, because you notice in the wintertime you get more activity. There are a lot of reports more activity in the wintertime because the houses are drier, and that gives them a chance to charge. If static electricity is involved, then dust particles.
That could be coming off your finger. Yeah.
Well, dust
that makes a sense right there.
Dust particles could be related to paranormal though. because they're attracting to the ghost and showing up like that.
Exactly, and
so there it could be something.
I think that's the way they manifest, by using dust and particles around them to manifest. You know, they could use everything around them and bring it together by their static electricity.
I think it's the Hannah house. I can't remember. There's a great video of some paranormal investigators once were in this house, and they just videotaped this like massive dust cloud that floated and
I see. Yeah.
You know, it's incredible, and that's when I first came up with that theory. I'm like, static electricity is something that's reported with ghosts. You know, your hair started standing up on your arms, and you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If that's the truth.
Versus a magnet.
Then dust is going to be related to ghosts. It's going to be attracted to them. You know, they're going to be dust magnets. You know, and when you see this video, I wish I could find it sometime to play it on the show. It's incredible. You almost see like it's a form moving through the house. Nothing. They even show there's no breeze or anything. It's just going on its own. And it's one of the weirdest paranormal footages I've seen out there. Maybe one of the most telling about what a manifestation is. This house is old and abandoned and dirty, so I had a lot of dust.
That was in a basement, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I got to figure out who did that video, where it was. It's years ago that I saw it, but it's incredible, and I really felt like it was legit. Yeah. And I will give that defense to people when it comes to orbs. And I always inwardly cringe when somebody goes, "I got this great ghost photo. I got a ghost photo," and like part of me is like, "Oh God," because then they're gonna show me this picture of us, and I gotta go, okay, and not look too not excited about it. But there is something maybe to orbs, but it'll never be proven. It'll never be, because it can wholly be recreated by dust. I can take a rag, do a Swifter, go like this in front of your camera, and guess what? You're gonna have a billion ghosts in front of your camera go up. And anybody.
A lot of things too, and digital cameras guess.
Yeah.
That's what digital cameras do.
Todd, if Todd had been on the show, he'd be talking about it. He's a photographer, and I have him on my show quite a bit. He talks about, get me the raw pictures, where it doesn't filter out anything. Take your pictures in raw, so your camera is not guessing and filling in. It's using the full raw footage, and that's a great point.
That's better. A lot of people are going back to film too because of that.
Because film's going to be raw, you know. It's not going to do the guesswork that the electronic cameras are doing. And guess what? Orbs started.
How many times have you seen orbs? Yeah, exactly. How many times have you seen orbs on film cameras back in the day? Not as much as now.
No. Now they're there all the way, and it's the camera guessing of what is that. So it could be paranormal, but you don't know because the camera's making a guess, and it's making this little thing. And the video cameras do it too. I mean, video cameras. I sit and watch DVR forever. From our investigations. Dear God, we got to get ours working right again. But I watched DVR footage of orbs dancing and flying through the screen, live footage of it, and I'll have a client, oh my God, they'll look at the screen. I'm like, okay, settle down. You know, this is normal. This is not paranormal. You have dust and pollen and all these filaments in the air. The camera just takes the light, the IR light reflecting off of it is too much for that camera. It's going to make it. So
exactly.
There's weird things like the pictures that we got from the theater that weren't really what.
I don't know if I still have those up on our Paranormal page. But yeah, as an example, it was 45 degrees out, so we didn't see any bugs. But this thing, let me go. I got to share screen. Hold on. I'll share screen again really quick. We're almost done. The show's almost over, but this was what happened. Start talking about this stuff and talk about it forever.
Oh yeah.
This is why I do this show. I mean, because I love talking about it, and I drive the people nuts that I work with. You guys see the screen?
My sister-in-law's a medium and has a picture just like that, and her dogs are playing with it. I'll have to send that to you.
It was so weird. I don't have all. This is the only picture I have up of it. I don't think I have a lot.
I had several of these, and it was in movement. Every time I took a picture, it was in movement. It was coming from different seats.
And Goot and Josh are like, well, it's a bug. I'm like, tell me. I'm like,
no bugs.
Light. I'm like, I've been holding a light up. Like, there's no bugs coming. You know, there's no.
And the thing that comes into play is the shutter speed too. You got to think about the shutter speed. You know, if it's a little slow or too fast, it's going to make whatever's there leave a trail. I'm just saying, you know, the options, but I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying that there's so many things that it can be, and only one thing that it can be.
And the thing
You know what
about
I mean?
this is there's a figure sitting in that window up there.
Right up here, see this right here? This little face. Let me get it a little brighter in this picture. Here's it zoomed in. See it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing
Yeah.
is, like, an hour before that, I saw a figure on the other side in the window. And it's been reported multiple people at times in this theater have seen a figure up in that window. And it's like this little ghost peeking out. So I don't know. It was a weird, crazy night. That place is a weird place. So
We had a lot of weird things happen at that place.
well, it's 10 o'clock. I got to end. There was a lot more I wanted to do. But
we will soon. The one thing that is prevalent: ghosts exist. Okay, that's it.
I run into people that I don't. Care if I run over to my.
Jason, you still there?
Yeah, I'm there. Oh, Dave went gone. Damn. End of the show. We lost Dave. He was running out of battery power, so we knew we were getting close to the end anyways. But yeah, I'm sure Dave might get to listen, and he'll get to listen to this later. But well, now I lost my train of thought because of what was going to happen. Damn it. But the thing is that I run into people that are just like, well, I don't believe in that. Some people are so beyond skeptical.
Closed-minded. Closed-minded about it.
But the main ones, the ones we need not to be, are the scientists. They just don't consider this field at all. There's some are.
No.
There's some that are out there that do, and they get ridiculed for it. But there's some that do. But I think they're missing the big picture. I think they're missing a lot about what's going on with physics and everything. If this is real, if what we're experiencing is real, and to me it is, I've seen it with my own eyes. I've experienced it since I was a kid. There's something more to this reality than what we know. There's definitely an afterlife to me. There's no question in my mind. I'm agnostic, pretty much. I've built an agnostic, but I can't be a total agnostic. I am a firm believer in the afterlife. That to me, there's a number of things in my life that have happened that have proven to me.
And all these really closed-minded people refuse to believe. Once they see something with their own eyes, it's a whole different story.
Yeah, and you'll hear stories of people that like, I didn't believe in any of this crap. And I've had clients like that. We've had clients that are like, I didn't believe. I was a total skeptic of this. And then they move into a house and they see the ghost right in front of them, and they're skeptic no more. So yeah, I mean, that's what it takes for some people. Is there ever going to be a day where we can prove it? I don't know. I really don't.
Or just like when they were trying to say the world was flat, everybody thought those people were crazy.
Deep in my heart, I believe one day we will find a way to prove the afterlife. I really do. And that's an incredible idea and a scary one. What are the consequences of that? If we actually found a way to prove it, if we actually found a way, like, we got this portal thing that I've been experimenting with. We actually found a way to make a communication came through it. People couldn't deny, and it became an electronic medium, what would that do to change the world? Like if you had a direct communication on the other side like that, what would that do? You have to think. One of the questions?
I don't know if that'd be a good thing.
Well, one of the questions that I asked during my Tesla thing, I said, should we be trying to communicate with the other side? And then you hear it go, right. And then I think the answer was like no, or something along the lines, or nope. You're like, you shouldn't be. Maybe not. I don't know. But as a person who's experienced this all my life, I've always felt like I need to prove this. I need to prove this as a reality. Because I had one of my wife's friends over once, and he straight out called me a liar. Because we started talking about this stuff, and I told him about, okay, you want to hear it? I'll tell you my experience. He's like, I want to hear it. And I told him about my shadow person experience, which is one of the most incredible experiences. I've had a number, but the shadow person experience, it lifted me off my bed and threw me down. At that point that I told him, he goes, you're a fucking liar. Whoops, I use bad language on my own show. Whoops. But, I was like, seriously? I mean, just, if somebody tells me a story, I don't personally believe it. I don't even tell them, I don't say I think they're a liar, maybe misinterpreted. He didn't even say that. He called me a liar. It's how in denial he was of everything, and he's just like, he's like making fun of us for being ghost hunters and stuff. I mean, like,
like
I don't know if
said,
that'll ever
until
go
it
away.
happens to them, I know a lot of people like that. And when something happens to them, oh, it's a whole different story then.
And back then, that's when I barely told my story to anybody, and I finally told it to this guy, and he calls me a freaking liar. I'm like, now, after that was a few years ago. After that, I don't give a crap anymore. Call me a liar.
Yeah.
That experience, he actually did me a favor by calling me a liar, made me finally settle with myself. Fuck him. I'm already cussing for it. Show who cares. You know, it got me to the point to just go, screw it. You know, if you call me a liar, you don't believe me, you think I misinterpreted something, that's your opinion, whatever. I know what I saw. I know what's happened to me. I know I've been lifted up in my bed and thrown down. I know when I was 4 years old, me and my cousin Phil both saw a green floating freaking head come into a room we were in and scream at us and fly around, scarred us for life. My cousin was just put it away as it was a nightmare and it never happened. And then I talked to him about it when we were 13. He got really white and pale. It's like, that was a dream. That never happened. I'm like, no, I was there with you. It wasn't a dream. You know, and for he wrote it. See, that's what people do. You know, as children, they see these things. You know, they see children are more open to it. They write it off as a childhood fantasy or whatever.
Exactly.
For me, I didn't. I held on. That one of those experiences with the green floating head never left me. It scarred me for life. I've always been a believer that there's something over. I'm always agnostic in my sense. I've always questioned everything. I can't subscribe to one religion. I don't know if I ever could. But I have always been a firmer believer in the afterlife. I've seen too much. I've seen too much. For God's sakes, I talked to my dead unborn sister. That's a whole other story.
Yeah.
I remember a little girl that used to play with me, you know, and my mom had a psychic tell her that, the little girl your son talks to, when my mom didn't tell this woman anything, she's like, that's your unborn, your miscarried daughter. And my mom carried 3 months. And I remember talking to a little girl where we lived, and my mom's like, there was no little girl you played with. There was no little girl. I'm like, I remember her. I remember a little girl. There's just too many things in my life. I guess I'm
same here.
You know, you wonder why I'm affected. You're affected. Why we've had these experiences and other people just don't.
And people think we're total nuts. You know,
I know.
It's like when I was 15 or 16, a friend of mine committed suicide, and it wasn't too long after that I saw him hanging from a tree when I was driving.
Wow.
You know, and he hung himself. And it's one of the reasons I always wanted to go to Porter County Jail, thinking that the kid is still there, you know.
Is that where he hung himself?
Yeah, he was only 15.
Wow. All right, I better end the show. I told my wife I'd be done by 10, and it's 10:07. I tried to make it an early night, so I wanted to get Good on and that. I'm sorry you had so many technical problems, Judy. I really wanted to do Catherine's
I figured out what the problem was. When I bought this computer, it was automatically set to switch to Windows 10 when it came, which was on the 25th, and this is the first time I've turned it on since it's become available. So I think all that, because after I turned off
Windows 10,
it loaded. I had Windows 8, and now it upgraded itself to Windows 10. And
yeah.
Hour.
Damn Microsoft.
Yeah, I know, and you have no choice to stop it.
I'm on Windows 7, bitches. You can't do nothing.
Well, the thing that worries me is when I got the STD1 and the Vakabus, it was for Windows 8.1. But if this is Windows 10 now, I don't know if it's going to work.
Yeah, you'll have to contact them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anthony Sanchez developed those for the 7 and 8, and I don't know. I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so, because otherwise I spent all that money on them for nothing.
I know. There's got to be a way. There's got to be a way for it to update to let you use it on Windows 10. There's got to be a way. Anthony Sanchez is better. He'll come up with a way, I would think. All right, I better end it.
It might even work. Okay, have a safe trip.
Well, yeah, we're not going to Mackinac. We're going to go to Chicago for a couple days. It looks like so.
Don't get shot.
yeah. Well, we want to go to Brookfield. We want to go to Brookfield Zoo, and then we want to go to like Shed Aquarium and
cool.
Science and Industry. It'd be more fun for my son. So
go to the Field Museum and take your audio recorder.
Oh, I'm so tempted.
Bodies and stuff in there. Take it.
I'm so tempted. Well, I was going to do that at Mackinac. I was going to go on the haunted tours and stuff, but we'll do that some other time. We just got to watch money and stuff. So, all right. Well, anybody that watched tonight, if you're ever interested in being on my show, you see my email down below here, jbland, Midwest Paranormal at hotmail.com. Please send me an email if you want to be on the show. If you're an investigator, you got some evidence. This is your show. I'm nobody big. Nobody knows me. come on my show. There's nothing to be afraid of. You know, instead of fighting with people on Facebook, discrediting you or saying your evidence is crap, come on my show. I'm not going to treat you that way. Come on my show and show me your evidence. I am an open-minded person. I love talking about this stuff. I love hearing people's evidence. I did this show. I could have done a podcast, or I could have done Blog Talk Stupid Radio and paid $40 a month. But when I found Google Hangouts, I went Google Hangouts because I can do video, and I can see people on here. I can do audio and photos. I can do all the plethora of evidence on here. Who wants to listen to? I mean, I love Art Bell. I listen to him all the time, talk about paranormal stuff and all that. But just talking about it. Getting to see it, getting to see the videos, getting to see the locations and getting to see the people. That's why I did it on here. So come on my show, Jay Bland, Midwest Paranormal at hotmail.com, or find me on Facebook under Jason Bland and look me up, or under Midwest Paranormal is our group. By the way, we're meeting this Friday at 711 Indiana Avenue. Going to have our meeting at 6:30, and then going to have a hunt afterwards at that location, as if all goes as planned. So if you're in the LaPorte County area, you feel free to come. Bring a chair, though. There's not many chairs there for you to sit, so bring a chair with you. And then just got to go through our meeting because we got to go through some stuff, and then we'll get right to the hunt investigation. So, all right, thank you, guys. Next week, we'll be back probably. Definitely we'll be back at my normal 10 p.m. time because I have to work, so I'll be rushing to get home and do my show. And I'm not sure who I'm going to have on yet. I have it up in the air if certain people are going to be on. If I don't have anything planned, we're going to just run a fly on the go show. Judy, you'll join me, right? And we'll
we'll do some of our evidence and stuff.
We'll do more of our evidence. I got a lot of evidence I didn't get to show tonight. So if I don't get a guest, whatever, I got enough stuff to play that I didn't get to play tonight. So, all right, guys, thank you. Have a good night. See you next Sunday, 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. Central Time. I'll send out the links on Facebook. And thanks for watching.
Good night.
Good night.
One thing left to say, hold the hand that prays, all my thoughts ablaze, am I still awake? When you get the time, leave your soul behind, all the signs align, am I still gonna find? Away where silence holds the day, just a witness with a listening am I on my sleeve. I have just one request, I'd like to get the rest. When times are still, my passion on the wheel. Never found my fill, approach me and
Again, thank you guys for watching. Next week, 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. Sunday, going to be on. Probably going to have more evidence from our last investigation, more talks about the paranormal, another segment of the World Wide Web of Weird. If you want to be on my show, don't forget, Jay Bland, Midwest Paranormal at hotmail.com. Email me. Let me know. Thanks, guys. You have a great night.